When you're on the block editor itself as well, you do have the standard settings visible on the right side here. So clicking that just hides it so you're in the full post editing experience. This is kind of a distraction-free way to do it. I personally prefer to leave this on because it gives you some options. It knows what you know what you're working on when you're over here. Genesis has introduced a little Genesis settings tab over here, which I'm not a huge fan of. I'd rather that be down below, but this is where it is for now. So they've added some settings to hide breadcrumbs, to change the layout of the footer stuff. If you're running a food blog, I recommend do not touch any of this stuff. Leave it as is. You want site-wide settings to be applied everywhere. You don't really want to be changing things on a per post basis. The reason for this is that if something has to change down the road, you have to go into each and every single post. And if you have hundreds, this is a huge deal. And change each of them individually. It's better to set a site-wide setting as opposed to editing on these individual posts. Yoast, you see here, also has a little settings thing with the different tabs. They do have their little area below here, which I would prefer to use, but it's up to you whether you use that or not. So it is good to be aware that you have different settings for different, I guess, plugins and applications up here. But for the most part, you're going to be staying on the regular settings and leaving that enabled just because it's easier to access things and you kind of have a better feel for what's going on.